Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm here to do a spotlight on video, and it's a spotlight on a couple of things. The first thing is the idea. The second thing is the mini kit that I've created to do the idea. And the third thing is the actual original inspiration for where my mind went. Okay, so the idea is a mushroom hidden writing spot. So this is my little prototype. You get a little writing spot there, and then of course you can see the mushroom front and back. So I've just put the date of when I created this and the what it is. So just a little note to yourself, but I absolutely love it on a page. And so that's the idea. So the mini kit that I've created is for the writing spot. You also get a page of fussy cut mushrooms, and I'll talk a little bit about how I see those being used later. You can also print them 2 to a page and get them small sized. So if you want a mini writing spot, then you can do that as well. I've purposefully made them quite large on the page so that they're a good size on the page. So this is 4.5 inches, but if you do them 2 to a page, you get them just under 3 at the widest part. But of course the writing spot is also shrunk down because the whole thing is diddy sized. But that's just an idea if you wanted to do them 2 to a page. Now, being a spotlight on video, where I originally got the inspiration from was actually something completely unrelated. It was a Pinterest pin that I saw where the photo was of a crescent moon, and part of the bottom was cut into a pocket, and out of the pocket came little stars that were stars that you could write on, from what I understand from the photo. So I will link that down below so you can see it. But I sort of saw that idea and thought, well, how can I translate this into my projects? I thought of mushrooms, and this is what we've got. So I'm gonna show you how you can make one, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. All right. So the first thing that we want to do is create the little pocket. So we are going to take our mushroom stalk, and we're just going to glue it on 3 sides. And we're going to do a thin layer of glue because we need space for the writing spot. And then we're just going to glue those 2 sides together. Now, what you might find if you're anything like me and you haven't cut things out exactly the same, then you might have little pieces that want tidying up. If you have that, just whip them off. If they're just little bits here and there, then it won't distract from what you're making too much. So just in a couple of places where, as I said, my cutting wasn't accurate. There we go. So we have our little pocket. Now we're just going to glue the 2 sides of the writing spot together. Ignore the back of this. I was just using some scrap paper for my printing. So glue those together. Oops. And just tidy up anything if you see anything overhanging that shouldn't be there. So I can just see a little bit there. Just where I get a little bit shaky hands with cutting. So there we go. And then of course we can ink around these pieces to hide any imperfections as well. I'm using walnut stain. I do like how that looks for woodland type projects. It's quite a dark, dark brown. So I'll just ink around this whilst I've got the ink out. And then it's just a case of hiding part of that writing spot inside our mushroom top. It was one of those what if we could moments when I thought of this. Okay, so what we want to do is pop the writing spot inside our pocket. So just pop that where it's supposed to be. and then you just want to bring in the top of your mushroom, and you want it to be, you need to check that you've got the right side so that the artwork lines up. Yeah, that's the way that I want it. So just double check that. So if we flip it over, we can see that we need to glue at least that amount, if not a little bit more. So I'm just going to pop it out of the pocket, and then I'm just going to whip some glue on the top of it and slide that mushroom into place. And then what you can do whilst the glue is still, you know, setting and everything, is you can just double check that when you push this in, you're going to get it in the right place. So I can see that actually I need to glue more than that. So in my case, I actually needed to glue a little bit more. So I'm just going to re-glue this. So yeah, just double check things, you know, before your glue has a chance to fully set. Because, you know, we want it to be as hidden as possible, but it's just a fun idea. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, I think that's golden now. And then we're going to glue our two mushroom tops together. So just come around there, and that will hide obviously that top piece. So all of that will be nice and neat. And just a tip, I would recommend, just like when we cut the bottoms out, sometimes you might find that you haven't cut things exactly. Line up the bottom, and then the rest of it can be cut if you've got little overhanging bits. Because obviously where the bottom of it has the writing spot, that will be much trickier for you to tidy up if you need to. But where I've got little overhangs like this, I can just come in and just tidy that up where needed. And of course we can use inks and things. So I just had a little bit there and just a bit here. So just make sure you're happy with it. So just cut along here. As I said, if it's only a little bit, then you won't really notice. And if you're using white paper, then you could probably just ink over much of it anyway. Oops, there we go. And that is as simple as it gets. So, you know, you could probably do this without the kit. The only difference is that you would need an image that you can mirror. So when you turn it over, you've still got mushroom. That's sort of the point of the kit, I suppose, is to give you the idea, but also give you the this opportunity to have it be mushroom front and back. Because I was going to give you some ideas for how I would go about using this other than a hidden writing spot. So if I just pop this back in. Wrong way around. There we go, try that way. So it's just a case of lining up the artwork so that it is as hidden as we can get it. There we go. Oh, too fun. So my thoughts for this was, if I find the page where it was, there we go. So obviously my little prototype, I glued it down onto the page so that the whole thing is like decorating the page, but also giving you that writing spot. So you could definitely do that. The reason that I gave you the mushroom fussy cuts is because I thought you could also have the smaller mushrooms decorating around the front. So the one in the back is truly hidden, and then it's that hidden writing spot. You could even do some like mossy fabric or trim or something down there to make it look like they're growing out of moss and stuff. That's kind of how I thought about this being used. You could also, because they're double-sided, you could also put them into pockets. So as an example, you know, if this was like, this isn't the right pocket for it, but let's just pretend, if it was poking out of your pocket, you could then whip out the whole thing, and then that be, you know, something to interactive and to use it. So yeah, that was the idea. So as I said, it is a spotlight on video today. So it was a little bit of a mishmash for, you know, spotlighting the kit that I've made, and the, well, we went from moon and stars to mushroom writing spots. You know, that's the way my brain works sometimes. But yeah, I hope that you like the idea. I hope that you think it's interesting. I haven't seen this before. I have seen hidden writing spots, but I've not seen anyone do it with mushrooms yet. So I'm hoping that it's a new idea. If you have seen anything like this, then I'd love to know, because I'd love to go and check them out and show my support. Yeah, but for me, I've not seen this, so I hope that you think the idea is interesting. If you want to give this a go, I'd love for you to, you know, let me know. And what would be really interesting is, you know, I went from Moon and Stars pocket that I saw to this. Where would you take it? Where would you go with this? What would you do with it? I'd love to know, because we can, you know, start sharing some ideas. And I love that we can take an idea that we see, turn it into something completely different, but still be inspired by that thing. And then, you know, somebody else can take our ideas and run with them in a different way. Anyway, so that is my mushroom hidden writing spot. As I said, there is the kit available just as a mini thing for you to use, which I have linked down below if you'd like to check that out. And that is me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like the idea, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye bye for now.